Megan Lafferty here from Wellness and Laughter to talk to you today about emotional eating. And I just want to talk about this topic because it's something that plagues many of us and something that oftentimes we struggle with, and we're just not sure why we're experiencing this or really what to do about it. So I want to pose a question, and I want to ask you, why do you or why do we compulsively eat? And it's something that I myself have been challenged with and am still working, quite honestly, to overcome. I have made leaps and bounds and strides in this area, but as always, everybody needs to continue to progress and move forward and continue to grow as a person, and especially with their health and their wellness. So oftentimes, people will compulsively eat to deal with emotions or to regulate those like unwanted feels, those feelings that you just don't enjoy feeling, like nervousness, anxiety, depression, fear. Those are some of the feels that you don't want to be experiencing. Really, compulsive eating is a safe hiding place for people who feel too much. So if you notice that you're a person that is very sensitive, or has a lot of overpowering emotions, you might notice that you are drawn to compulsively eat more often. Remind yourself, it was just, if this comes up, that it's just too many feels at once. And the other thing is, when you're thinking about compulsive eating, you want to identify, because oftentimes there's these things that are called triggers that will come up that will make you eat. And it's important for you to identify them, because if you don't know what they are, you can't change. You can't have that pattern interrupt. So what I invite you to do to get your compulsive eating a little bit, to get your compulsive eating in a new light, to kind of take control of it, in a sense, is to think back to a time when you had an emotional eating episode. Ask yourself, what am I experiencing right now? What right before happened? Thoughts or feelings? Slow down time and map the triggers. You need to be mindful in that moment. So I invite you to take this action the next time a compulsion to eat arises, which it inevitably will. So it's just being more present in the moment, being kind, and thinking about what you're experiencing, what you're going through, or if you can automatically remember a time recently that you compulsively ate, think back to that episode, think about what was going on, think about any thoughts or feelings that arose, and what I invite you to do is journal it out. It really shouldn't take that long, and the purpose of journaling it out is it will allow you to notice what your triggers are. It'll allow you to think about what's going through your mind, what is causing you to compulsively eat, because when you get curious with yourself and you notice these things, that's when you can take action and you can start making a change. Now, I invite you to trade judgment in for curiosity. When we lead with judgment, oftentimes we're leading with a negative mind. We have a negative connotation, and that actually will prevent us from taking positive action. When we lead with curiosity, we have more of a light heart, light mind, and we're just curious about why we might be feeling this way, why we might be taking this action, and just trying to understand the compulsion instead of saying you shouldn't be doing that, you shouldn't be having that. You're being kinder, gentler, softer, more loving to yourself. Now, you really want to think about, what is the gift of my compulsions? And it is a gift. I know it might not seem like one, but underneath it all, if you shift your mindset, there is a gift to it. It's just trying to understand what this compulsion is trying to tell you. Sometimes it might be telling you that you need a good cry, and instead of masking it in food, just let it all out and cry. Sometimes It might be telling you that you need to slow down and you need to relax. Maybe that's taking a bubble bath. Maybe that's calling a good friend on the phone and just talking and laughing and having a grand old time. The only way you're going to learn what this compulsion is telling you and understand it is if you get curious with yourself and get deep with yourself. So instead of just mindlessly going for that food in that moment, stop and think about it. Don't regret what you can't change from the past. Don't regret those compulsions that you gave into. You can't change it. What you can do is be more present now, be more in the moment now, and take action now. So I hope that this provided you with some insight into emotional eating and compulsive eating. If you're enjoying this and if you found value in it, please feel free to share it with anybody that you know. Please feel free to book a complimentary Healthy You discovery session. This is for a limited time only, so you don't want to miss out on this opportunity. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day to your health, your wellness, and happiness. Megan Lafferty.